Brandon, what's up?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I wanted to have you on the show in particular. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Those of you who are out at cyclocross races and have been to mountain biking venues around the area have seen Mr. Dorman, is what he's known in his, what grade do you?
Teach 7th grade math at Computech Middle School now.
And you have some students that are watching right now.
I think they're watching right now. So hopefully the 8th period water polo people are watching.
Mr. Dorman is awesome. Not just, I know you guys have to think that because he's your teacher and you want to do well and be on his good side, but he really is that awesome. We love him.
Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, just, props. So, we're here to talk about the organization that you started called Try This. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, 7 years ago, we started out with triathlons at McLean High School. There was a student named Dustin who just kind of wanted to do something challenging, and so we just kind of started out not knowing anything about triathlons. We thought it was all Ironmans. I'd never done any kind of race before. I had no idea there was cycling races or even really running races. No idea. And so we started off with just wanting to do it. And so we started, and then pretty soon it grew.
You don't get paid for this?
Not at all. No.
This is something that you volunteer with?
I just love doing it.
And you said how many years ago was this?
We started in 2007.
So
this is like the 7th season, I guess, technically.
Okay, so you started with 7 years later.
Yeah.
What do you guys have going on now?
Now we still do triathlons in the springtime, but we kind of have expanded over the past 4 to 5 years, and what we do now is we kind of focus on. We've expanded a lot, actually. We started, with a few kids and no equipment and no kind of uniforms or shoes or anything like that. I mean, because most of the kids from McLean were coming with no background at all, and their parents had no background. So over the years, we've been fortunate, and we've gotten quite a few, over 20 actually donated bicycles, and we have equipment for the kids, and we have a whole storage room full of things that they can use for free.
So people in the community are donating their unused
everything,
unwanted items to your organization. So children who wouldn't have an opportunity to get on bikes are now doing it.
The Fresno Police Activities League helped us get going when we first started because we couldn't really do a whole lot more since we were part of a school. So Fresno PAL, for the first 2 years, gave us support in terms of insurance and kind of an organizational standpoint to get going. And then in 2009, we became Try This. And so now we do the triathlon thing, we do mountain biking, we host our own events as kind of a fundraising thing.
So are there any key events that you guys do in this area throughout the year? Like if you were to pick 2 key things that you guys strive to have be awesome for the kids, what would they be?
Well, we host our own events in February 9th, 2014. We'll host the 4th annual Hensley Off-Road Series, which is a 10K trail run and also mountain bike races for adults and for youth. And so that's been exciting. We started that in 2010. We used to host Splash and Dash, and that was an event, it's a swim and run event, and we've been doing that since 2009. And also now we do the cyclocross. The Clue Cotter Youth Foundation approached us a couple years ago, and we've been hosting free clinics and then also races now for youth to do that. So we do cyclocross kind of in the fall, we do mountain biking in the wintertime, and triathlons and road biking in the spring and summertime.
So Try This is separate from Clue Cotter Foundation.
Yeah, Try This is kind of the parent organization, and then Clue Cotter Grant is what helps kind of pay for the and had the idea. Really, Marnie came to me a few years ago and said, "Hey, we want to do something with youth to honor Clue's memory," and so that's how that started 2 years ago, and we've seen excellent results. We've grown from last year we had 48 total kids involved, and this year we've had that many in the first week. So it's been amazing.
I'll have to tell you guys, I have been doing cyclocross racing here in Fresno for approximately 4 years, and I was really scared to get in it as an adult. And what I have witnessed Brandon and his group, Marnie Cotter, doing for our youth in this community has been nothing but miraculous. To see children out riding their bikes with helmets, knowing what to do, tearing it up on the trails, enjoying themselves, really loving the opportunity that Brandon and his other adult volunteers have provided for them. It's made me so proud to be a Fresno citizen. And I wish I had a plaque or an award. Really, I think that in order to generate a community of cyclists that are respectful and courteous and adventure-seeking and fun-loving, it has to start with the youth.
Yeah.
And you said you were a teacher at Computech.
Yeah.
And your first your first athlete was from McLean.
Yeah, I taught at McLean for 6 years, and then moved to Computech a few years ago, mainly in part to kind of start the kids the younger. I was able to see a lot of amazing change from kids that had never heard of any kind of outdoor lifestyle There was a kid named Daniel who got into it, and he kind of went from loving to eat pizza and play video games a lot, and now he's done triathlons. He's gotten his life back in order. He's going to college now.
That's great.
A lot of great success. So we kind of wanted to start younger in order to do that.
So do you target children, let's say, who are maybe at risk, or are you open to any child that wants to give it a shot?
We are open to anyone, but we really do focus on kids that wouldn't have the opportunity normally. So maybe their parents have never heard of cycling. So most of our kids still come from a background where they've never heard of it before, and we just say, hey, this is something great to get involved with. There's a kid named David right now, and he's from Computech, and he started last year. He'd never done anything like this, and now he has gotten his whole family into cycling. He's done road biking, he's done mountain biking, he did the triathlon. He's just kind of taken it by storm, and it's really amazing.
How are you reaching out to these children? Because you obviously, there are only so many hours in the day. How are you getting the information out to these kids?
We have right now we have kind of satellite campuses at Central East High School. Jason Boyd is leading a high school mountain bike team there.
Local high school mountain biking team. Oh my gosh, I didn't start mountain biking until I was in my 30s, and these guys have like people who are taking them out on their own free time and teaching them. And you know what? That's just going to keep the trails being ridden on.
Oh yeah.
That's going to keep people educated. That's going to keep people motivated. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever my kids are harping on me to do something that they really, really, really want to do, generally I cave because I love them, and we do it. And to know that, like, this one child you were just talking about got his whole family in on cycling, like that's several lives that are going to be healthier and more active.
It's the most exciting part, is to see the kids' lives changing, because it's a simple thing as inviting them to go for a bike ride, and all of a sudden they've been to Yosemite, they've been to San Diego now, and that's really the best part that keeps it going.
How do you get funding for this?
We rely on private donations from individuals, businesses, a lot of like Sunnyside Bicycles, Rubber Soul, Stevens have been huge donors to us in terms of the bicycle aspect of things. And then we do get a grants every so often. And then the events. Whenever we host an event, 100% of the proceeds goes to Try This. We all donate our time and that kind of thing. So whenever you donate Try This, it goes straight to the kids.
So if people are seeing this right now and they're thinking, wow, this guy is really great and he's doing such an awesome thing for our community, how would they go about getting you funds or equipment for a donation for your youth that you're...
Yeah, we're always looking for equipment and clothing donations for safety and helmets and everything like that that's needed for kids.
Do you have a website? Do you have a phone number?
Trythis.org, TRITHIS.org will work, and they can email me at brandon@trythis.org. They can also mainly go to the website. That'd be fantastic, and that's how we get most of our donations, is people emailing me, seeing me at events, and offering me saying, hey, I got some jerseys, I'll swing them by, that kind of thing. So we're at all the cyclocross events. I'm sure Rusty's been promoting the cyclocross events, the homegrown cross. The next one's going to be December 2nd, and then December 9th are the next two.
Yes.
So you can find me out there and just bring your stuff. We are 501c3, so it's tax deductible. All donations, we send you a letter and everything like that if that's what you need. But most people just want to help out, and that's what we're really encouraged. So I guess what I would ask is, when you see my students, just encourage them out there. Like I said, we've had about 40 or so consistently at the cyclocross races.
It's been awesome.
And so just don't. One thing that kind of sometimes people want to discourage the kids because they don't have the right equipment or something, but it's such a struggle to get the kids out there that when they're out there, we just love having them. We want them to have fun, and that's exactly what we do.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming on. And guys, gals, moms, dads, kids, I want to let you know that Mr. Dorman, he is just as cool and chill off camera as he is on camera. And what I would encourage you to do, even if you have the slightest bit of interest, go to the next homegrown race on December 2nd, and you can go up to Mr. Dorman, Brandon, and you can say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm kind of thinking about doing this, and he will get you on the right track. And our community is so supportive and so interested in generating a new generation of cyclists that we will welcome you with open arms. So with that being said, thank you for being on. We're going to cut to commercial, and I'll be right back.